The sentinel hills that round us stand bear witness that we loved our land. Amidst shattered rocks and flaming pine, we fought and died on Namti plain. I decided to do a cycling tour to the east of Northeast. Suchanda joined me at Dibrugarh airport. Our objectives were same: to explore Walong Kaho Kibithu from Dibrugarh and return via Bordumsa and Digboi.
So we started from Dibrugarh towards Namsai, and it's a bypass. Beautiful morning, all surrounded by tea estate. You can see Dibrugarh tea estate. It's Dudua, Siding and all. So
After crossing Tinsukia and Dumduma, we entered Arunachal via the Dirag gate. We had our first night halt at Namsai. The next morning started looking ominous. Not only there was heavy rain in the night, but our start was delayed by an hour because of heavy shower. We pushed our way to the Alubari bridge and tried to reach Teju as early as possible. It is at this Alubari Ghat that we first saw the crystal clear waters of Lohit. Teju, the district headquarters of Lohit, lies on the opposite side of the river. The town was so small that soon after crossing the city gate, we reached the clock tower at the city center. We chose not to stop at Teju and continue to cover as much ground as possible before the end of the day. After 20 kilometers from Teju, we called it a day at a village called Demwe and found shelter for the night at a small dhaba, wherein we had a good time with the family. It again rained in the night, and again we had to start in rain. But this time, the climb has started. I have found it tough to cycle in Arunachal since after the Assam Plains, which continues till Namsai maybe, the mountain starts abruptly, and that too with a very high gradient of incline.
Over there, that's where we just came through, and that's a way for us to reach the top. And over there, there's a snow line. The snow in the mountain. Don't know how much my GoPro can show you. There's Lohit over there, playing all the way and forming the mighty Brahmaputra, and that's the road which we climbed just now. Wow, this as we coming up, we are exhausted, yes, but at the same time the view giving us energy to move ahead. Finally, we are at the Lohit viewpoint, and after a hard day's climb, there's a mesmerizing view.
We finally reached Udayak Pass after about 50 kilometers of climbing. But whatever goes up, do come down, and we were relieved and overjoyed to do the 26-kilometer long downhill till Tiding. We have learned from the locals that the roads in Anjao district is in pretty bad condition. Tiding being the gateway of Anjao, we decided to do the downhill section as fast as possible. The uphill being so steep that the 50-kilometer climb till Udayak Pass has taken us 7 hours. We did reach the Tiding checkpost before dusk, but being the month of February and in the extreme east of India, the daylight available to us was very limited. That apart, the roads were such that we chose to call it a day at a village called Mompani. We were lucky to find food and shelter at a dead labor camp in the village. Next morning, for a change, started with a bright sunlight, but the continuous mountainous terrain, coupled with bad roads and steep climbs, meant that we were pretty slow in covering the distance.
আমি আর কিছু খাবো না এখন, না নিয়ে নিচ্ছি। পান রুটি আছে দেখছি। হ্যাঁ ওটাই আমি বলছি, ওটা দেখলাম আমি আছে।
We had our lunch in Hawiliam, but it was quite clear to us that on this day we won't be able to reach Walong, which lies another 100 kilometers ahead. On inquiry, a gentleman told me that he could arrange for our accommodation at his village in Kuibang, which is 10 kilometers ahead. With some of the daylight still left, we chose to move till Kuibang and spend the night there. We covered some of the worst stretches of road in this stretch of 10 kilometers, but to our surprise, the warmth and hospitality that we received at Kuibang was unparalleled.
बड़ा बेटा, आपका बदला लेने के चक्कर में अभी ने 25 करोड़ की बिल्डिंग उसकी बेटी को दे दी, बर्बाद हो गई। आपने मेहनत से पाला, लेकिन बर्बाद भी आप ही कर रहे हैं। ये सही नहीं है पापा। मैं बचपन में फरारी में घूमता था, ये इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है मेरे लिए। अपनी मेहनत से रेंज रोवर खरीदी, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है। पापा मेरी फैमिली है, मुझे अपनी फैमिली
टाटा स्काई है क्या? हाँ टाटा।
We were on the move again on the next day for Walong. The road condition having improved drastically, it was relatively easy going for us. The more we inch closer to Walong, the roads and the scenery appeared to be changing. The roads becoming better and the scenery turning into pine forest from the typical rainforest of the lower Arunachal. Around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we reached the Yapak Bridge. With Walong only 6 kilometers left, it meant that we have reached our objective. We chose to explore Walong on a scooty, starting with the 1962 War Memorial. While returning, instead of cycling all the way, we took a cab towards Parshuram
So
Kund.
this is the deck camp point where we took a shelter, emergency shelter on 21st. Look at the terrain. We crossed at night. Till Tilling, this is horrible road I have ever come across, apart from Rohtang Pass. And that also with the luggage, and at night, crossing this area was dangerous, adventurous and weird. But we did it.
Parshuram Kund, located in Kamlang Tiger Reserve and Wildlife Sanctuary, was in our checklist from the very beginning due to the stories of Parshuram associated with this place.
Jai Ganesh Baba. Jai Ganesh Baba.
After covering 600 kilometers of mountainous terrains, we finally reached Dibrugarh via Digboi, ready for another adventure.